Hey, I guess you wanted to see how the fly was made. So, start out with some olive marabou, which we have here. Always got to have plenty of olive color laying around. The hook we're going to use is going to be this size 10 Orvis bent back or curved back, whichever one you want to call it. I like the shape of it and the way that the hook gap is presented. In my opinion, it works rather well. And I got this primitive vise. It's pretty old. It works good still. Alright. And then we're going to put some, I think these are 1/40th. Yeah, 1/40th of an ounce lead eyes on there. Our thread we're using is this uni thread, the 136 denier 6/0. So, like any fly that requires lead eyes, that'll be almost the first thing to happen here. So we'll go ahead and build a base on this hook, just big enough for all the eyes to sit on there. And the easiest way to attach these eyes is to put them on sideways, like that, and then make a few wraps around, so that way it holds them up on top. Make 4 or 5 passes one way, and then 4 or 5 passes the other way, getting a couple twists in there to keep it straight. Doing some saddle wraps here to make sure we get plenty of tension on it. And another thing I like to do is I like to take and bring the thread around the hook the opposite direction, just to make sure that it holds them on there nice and secure and uptight. I don't like using all the different glues to put it on there and stuff. And I always wrap back to just about where the barb is, not where the hook point starts, just where the barb is. And then I come over here with this bunch of olive marabou. Looks like I may have to open up the new pack. That one don't look bad, but it's a little too strong feeling. This one might do it. Nope. Let's see what this package looks like. Oh, it don't look bad. Alright. So after cleaning it, making sure you got all of it and all nice and long there, you get just the right amount. Basically all I do is I do like almost a complete fly length there, and I just wrap it around this way. Make sure to, whenever you're putting it on here, that you start at the front and then wrap back this way towards the tail. That way you get the tail fully secured in there, and then I pass the thread underneath and bring it back up and let it sit where the eyes are, just like so. And then I come back in here, and amongst all these quills of feather on here, and I cut loose the other material that's sitting in and around everything but the quill. I want to keep the quill attached in there. Alright, so after we get that trimmed down, what I tend to do is I make a few wraps around, because there's some that's pretty boogered up right there. And then I make these little touching wraps and stroking the feather back as I'm wrapping it around to try to keep it clean from the main section of the body. That way all the feathers can flow nicely in the current of the water. Probably one of the quickest, easiest woolly buggers you'll ever tie. One material, and it just simply is amazing how much it works and how easy it works. Don't have to fool around with all the dubbing and hackle and all that other stuff. It just takes up too much time. So after we get this wrapped around all the way back up to where the eyeballs are at, then we'll take and make a wrap around there with our thread, making sure we're holding it tight. Trim off our end stock. I like to make sure I stroke all the feather back there and get it back, so when I come around here and make this nice little collar, going back just a little bit onto that feather to make sure it's holding in place. And then I make a few wraps around this way and a few back around the other way. And everybody knows the end of this one. Got the whip finish right there. And I tend to just put it on wherever it wants to go, behind the eyes, in front of the eyes. As long as you get a couple whips on there, you're fine. And that's pretty much it. That's what the fly looks like right there. Nice, simple. Whenever it gets in the water, all this streaks back and looks just like a little leech pattern. It's real simple and easy. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already.